6 o'clock in the morning, for heaven's sake. You could at least have left me a note. It's been 3 days, Tom. 3 days of prowling around in a hair shirt. When are you going to get a good night's sleep?
I don't deserve a good night's sleep.
You've got to stop torturing yourself. There was nothing wrong with the Lynette. After you'd solved the main beam problem, even Bill Sayers gave his seal of approval.
And why did you break up?
I don't know. Maybe it was Travis's own fault.
There's only one way to find out.
How?
From Mrs. Travis.
I should stay away from there if I were you. You're the last person she'll want to see.
I must know what happened. I must find out if it was a structural fault.
She's bound to say it was a structural fault, isn't she? That is, if she'll speak to you at all.
I have to ask her, Avril.
Ask her what? To grant you absolution?
But I'm worried, Charles, really worried. That young man is bad news.
So what exactly do you expect me to do about it?
Make some inquiries, see what you can find out about him. If I'm going to prize Abby away, I'll need some ammunition.
I should have thought that's likely to be counterproductive. I mean, a mother warning a daughter off her boyfriend is likely to make him even more attractive, isn't it?
Charles, I have to do something. Gerald's opted out as usual. Believe me, that man is dangerous.
What's his name?
Curtis Yeager.
Well, I'm up to my eyes, as you can see, Polly, but I'll do what I can.
Thank you, Charles.
Tyler.
You think you're getting up today?
Depends.
What?
On whether you're thinking of coming back to bed.
I'm not.
Suit yourself.
Tell me something. How'd you pay the rent on this place?
Why?
Just curious.
Are you thinking of supporting me?
No, but I'll contribute to the rent if you like, as soon as I get a job.
We'll see. Fancy a trip up to Birmingham this afternoon?
Birmingham?
Bloke up there I've got to see. He kicked his dog to death last week. I've got to show him the red card.
Yes, all right. When do we leave?
No hurry.
Curtis.
What's the problem?
I'm just not in the mood.
Do you regret moving in here? Leaving Daddy and Mummy's mansion for a tatty bedsit?
No. It's not where you live that's important.
What do you feel about me, Abby?
I admire you. What you're doing, I think it's great.
But you don't really fancy me, do you?
Do you think I'd be sharing your bed if I didn't?
I don't know, love. I just don't know what makes you tick.
Snap.
Tom not in yet?
He's been and gone.
Where?
To see Mrs. Travis.
Why?
Why do you think? To ask her what happened.
Well, the insurance company told us to keep away. Any approach might be construed as an admission of liability.
He has to know, Dad. I mean, if she's going to sue, he has to prepare his defense.
God, why did I let that man into my yard? He's brought us nothing but trouble.
That's not fair, Dad. He brought us some badly needed capital. Without him, we wouldn't have survived.
Doesn't look as if we're going to survive with him, does it? I've warned you, Avril. He's going to sink us. You mark my words.
Maybe she won't sue.
Of course she will. Especially now Tom's gone to see her. She'll think he's trying to butter her up.
Well, it's better than letting her think we don't care.
Don't care? Of course we bloody care. Once a business loses its good name, it's dead.
I'm not talking about our good name. I'm talking about Mrs. Travis.
Oh, what more can we do? We bought her some flowers.
We can do everything we possibly can to find out what went wrong.
But we know what went wrong. There's probably a design fault.
Better not let anyone else hear you say that.
Don't worry. It's for your ears only. But don't say I didn't warn you, Avril. It takes a lifetime to be a good boat builder. You can't just breeze in from an aircraft factory and think you can revolutionize the industry overnight. No, Edyard. Oh, it's you, Caroline. Yes, well, you mustn't believe everything you read in the papers. The catamaran's still going to be a world beater. No, of course your boat won't sink. Yes, well, you're welcome to come over, but I can't guarantee I'll be here. Oh, come on, Caroline, I'm not your pet poodle. I can't come to heel every time you call.
Well, that's it then, isn't it? You've really done it now.
What?
Burnt your boats.
Mrs. Travis,
Mr. Howard.
first of all, may I offer my condolences?
Thank you if you'd just come to the point.
I'm trying to find out the cause of the accident. But if it's too painful for you to talk about...
It's not painful to talk, Mr. Howard, just to stand up and sit down.
Can you tell me exactly what happened?
No. I mean, I can't tell you exactly. It all happened so fast. But one thing I do remember...
Yes.
George saying he was worried about the leeward hull. It wasn't tracking correctly.
The leeward hull. Then what happened?
He turned to starboard and... it just came apart. I fell into the water between the hulls. I didn't see what happened to George. He must have hit his head on something. I called and called.
Mrs. Travis, please don't take this the wrong way, but had your husband ever skippered a catamaran before?
No, but he crewed on one many times.
Could he have made a mistake?
He could have, but he didn't.
Can you remember where she first began to break up?
Not really. The main beam went first, I think, and then the others.
The main beam? You mean it came away from one of the hulls?
I think so, but I can't be sure.
What were the weather conditions?
Visibility was good. It was nothing to do with conditions. The weather was perfect.
Well, I think that's all. But if you remember anything, any detail, would you let me know?
Very well. And frankly, I'm trying not to remember.
Yes. Mrs. Travis, I can't tell you how sorry I am.
Believe it or not, I'm sorry too. For you. Mr. Howard? I'm not a vindictive woman. Please remember that.